Welcome to this look at a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, Calmsden Farm is here. We have it cross-platform. Obviously I'm doing my review on console. It's nice to see it make a return. I did my first, other than Elm Creek, on FS22, my first Let's Play on a modded map was on Calmsden. It seems coming back onto the map like 5 minutes ago, but it was three years. 3 years ago. That's crazy. The map seems crisper, cleaner, tidier. This, if you haven't played the game before, if you're new to FS25, this map is based on a real farm, a real area. It is in Gloucestershire in the UK. What has been added in, this is by Oxygendavid. Did I say that already? This is by Oxygendavid, 703.64 megabytes download. There are no required mods on this. There are some things that have been added in. It is customizable. There are some buildings and things that we can remove. Hedges can be removed. Some fencing can be removed. There's custom lighting. There's animations, birds flying across the map, pedestrians, that kind of thing. We've got over 50 new models made by Oxygendavid, 36 fields with missions. We have got contracts. They are available, including log delivery missions, all the stuff that is base game. So if we go into here, you can see there is our contracts, and we've got a wood transport one. As we go around the map, more and more contracts will become available as we go on there. Now, I'm doing a map tour on New Farmer. As I've said previously when I did the New Frontier map tour, I'm taking New Farmer, Farm Manager and start from scratch as they are, as they come, and I'll write down the slot counts. Now, actually, as it turns out, on Calmsden, the slot count on all three is 1,512. You have all the same equipment, all the same machinery. The difference is between New Farmer, Farm Manager and start from scratch. On New Farmer, you own land. On Farm Manager and start from scratch, you don't. So on this map tour on New Farmer, we do start with the biogas plant and the sawmill because that is on land that we own on New Farmer. That being said, that land to purchase is free, which I will show you momentarily as well. We do have a cow shed. Now, I don't think the cow shed is replaceable. I think that's pretty much fixed in place, but there are 25 collectibles. I found one which is worth 10 grand, so I don't see any reason to think the others wouldn't be worth 10 grand either. They're like antiques that you need to go around and find. What else have we got? Oh, there are seasonal visuals. Summer barbecues, mowers, washing line, leaves on the road, snowmen, puddles, that kind of stuff. UK license plates, custom grass textures and UK foliage, loads of custom sounds, and custom wind effects. So if you're looking for something a little bit custom, this may be it. What I'm going to do is come back to here, and here is the map. So the map itself hasn't changed in layout because it's based on the real place, real PDF, that whole thing. Now, what I noticed as I went around, and if you played it before, you'll probably notice as well, it seems more open. Not that it felt claustrophobic before. I like that. I like tight lanes. I like the trees. There seems to be far less trees, and yeah, to me it just feels more open. And I like that. I think that's a good feature. So let's go across to actually go to our farmland, and you will see that on New Farmer we start with all of this. The main farm is here. That plot of land is 47,304. So on Farm Manager and start from scratch, that's how much it will cost to buy the main farm. This bit here is 100,848. That's got the cow barn on it and some other equipment and machinery. Field 38 we start with as well, which is 117,408. Now the problem I've got is I'm remembering it how it was when I played it. So I'm going around fields thinking, I'm sure there was a sheep, that was a sheep field. I'm sure this was a pig field. I think it might be because I added things in when I did my Calmsden Let's Play. Now, if I click on this bit here, it says Farmland 1, value 0. Farmland 1 takes in this. It takes in all around the outside, this bit down here. It takes in this bit here. It takes in this bit here. So if I click on that, if I come off there, then go back onto that, it will say Farmland 1 again. So that's all part of Farmland 1. That being said, there is another plot, which is here, and that's Farmland 24. That is also 0 to buy. If you buy Farmland 1 for 0, that's where you get the sawmill, because the sawmill is up here. If you buy Farmland 24, which is this one here, that has the biogas plant on it, as well as some other sell points. Field prices are the bigger fields are up there. I mean, we got some expensive fields because they're big fields. That one's well over 1 million. What I'm liking as well on the original version, this was kind of a rough ground, open land. You could kind of build a placeables area really. That's now a field on this version. What other fields do we have as well? Oh, on New Farm we start with 26, which is there, 65 grand. But that being said, although there are some big fields which are expensive, we do have some ones around the farm here. 126 grand, 134 grand. These ones a little bit smaller as well. Grass fields on a slope. Wooded areas aren't too expensive. I'll show you those in a moment. Or I'll say in a moment, in a little while as we go around. 93 grand, 103. We've got these small plots here and plot on the side. And these ones here. So there are some cheap ones, there are some medium ones, there are some large ones. Oh yeah, we do start with this, don't we? Well, we start with a fair old bit on New Farmer. That one there and that one there. Yeah. A fair amount. So, I'm not going to do it third person the whole way round, but I know I say every iteration, from 19 to 22, 22 to 25, I always say, it seems crisper, cleaner, tidier. It feels more, there's a more realistic vibe to it. It does. I'm just going to say that now. Sleep trigger is just here. Wardrobe trigger around the back. We do start with a dog in the dog kennel. We can fill the bowl. We can pet the dog. It's about somewhere. This building can be sold. I think previous version, if you sold the building and sold the dog kennel, was it like 45 grand or something? If you sell the building, this one, 0. You won't get anything for it. The dog kennel is just standard dog kennel price. We do also have on the map the NPCs from the base game. I'm not sure why. I mean, they're about. You can go and chat to them, and they'll give you advice and stuff. Katie is at the animal dealer. The others seem to be kind of randomly spread out. Noah's not at the sawmill. He's at an allotment. We'll go and I'll show you where they are on the map. One thing I did notice, I thought was a bit odd. Not all the gates open. Some you kind of go through, but there's no option to open gates, so you find yourself hopping gates quite a lot. Anyway, Ben's here. You can come and have a chat, get some advice and stuff. Across the way, we've got Walter. And as we go around, we'll see all the equipment and machinery and stuff like that. It looks like it did before. I mean, just absolutely fabulous. It has such an immersive feel, and the birds, and I think, like I said, when we did the llama Q&A, what I'm finding with FS22, the ambience already, walking between grass and gravel, driving onto gravel, the crackle as you're driving, the clank of trailers, all adds to a more immersive feel. And then you couple that with maps that add that level of immersion as well. You just can't beat it. Yeah, no option to open the gate. But Walter's here, just across the road in the village. You can come and talk to Walter. I will show you as well. I'll show you one collectible I found. You can look away. I'll tell you when we get to it. As we come out the bottom of the village, we're going to head round towards the cow barn. There's some bits. I went out to take my thumbnail, and when I drove across the bottom of that field there, where the river is down the bottom, there's a water kind of across the bottom as you go through the ruts on the track, and it sprays the water up behind the tractor. If it doesn't do it, I'm going to go around to another part on the map. I'll show you. Right, if I jump over here, if you don't want to know where the collectibles is here, you can close your eyes now or turn around. There we go. Just here. 25 old antiques on Calmsden. Try and find them all. Bit of extra money. Oh, hang on. Do we have another? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Shh, don't tell anyone. Coming up here, we come to the cow farm. Like I say, farm managers to start from scratch. All of these plots of land will need to be purchased. We'd have, this is silo 2. The silos hold all the base game crops. I say base game, like base game plus, I refer to it as. Added in on Calmsden Farm, we have linseed as an additional crop. If we come into here and we go down to our seeders, click on seeders, you'll see on the end there's a blue flower crop, that's linseed. So you put it into the ground using a seeder, not a planter, and then we take it out of the ground using a regular header. So linseed has been added in as a crop type, but other than that, all the base game stuff is available. You can do rice fields, you know, all of that is all there. We're going to go into the build mode. I'm going to show you some stuff in the build mode in just a moment as well, just making sure I haven't missed anything on that bit. I don't think so. So what we'll do, we'll go into build mode. There we go. So under build mode, we have got under sheds, some stuff added in by Oxygendavid. So things like, there we go. So old shed 1, old shed 2. There's a few sheds and bits and bobs. So if you remove stuff, you can replace it if you want to. There's a few put in under sheds. If we go across to silos, I think it's just one. I think we got the, there you go, liquid fertilizer tanks, 40,000 litre. We have one on the farm, but there is one again available in there under silos. There was nothing under the others. Farmhouses, we have got just there the Calmsden farm farmhouse. So again, if you remove it and decide actually I want to put it back, you can. It's available to do that if you wish. Obviously, interestingly, it's 135 grand to place a new one, but when you sell the old one, you get 0. I think to stop people just flogging off the buildings and making a load of money straight off the bat, I guess. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Then we come down to, there was nothing under factories added in. Nothing under selling points, greenhouses or cultivation, but all the base game stuff is available. If we come to our cows, I think there was nothing under animals either. It was all, and that's why I was going to say, if we go back to cows and go down to the bottom, this is all the base game stuff. There's nothing showing. So this cow barn here says select. Oh, we can rename it. It does say sell. That's worrying, because there's not a version of it that you can replace it with. So if it was me, I'd leave it. But again, it's entirely up to you. If you are going to do anything like that, my advice, as always, is save the game first. Do what you think you're going to do. If it works, great. Because it might be you sell the building, but there's all the decorative stuff around it. You might not be able to get rid of it. So save the game first. That would always be my advice. So there's nothing under any of the animals. If we come down to fences, we've got some fences added in. But it's actually hedge and fence, I believe, if I remember correctly. There we go. So we've got field fence and we've got field hedge. Now, any of those around the map can be removed if you own the land. So once you own the land, can be removed. I'll show you a hedge in just a little while. And then I think it was just under paint. Yeah, there was nothing under lights, nothing under others. Don't think there was anything under decoration. I will double check that. I didn't write anything down. Nope. Come down to there, and then we come to our paint, and we've got a few different ones added in here. So we've got quite a few animal muds, as you can see there, and there. So they're added in. Asphalts. No, it doesn't say Calmsden, but that is a different menu to the base game Riverbend Springs. So there's a whole load added in there for texturing and changing map, should you wish. I think that's it. And I say mods, but under the build mode, right. What else do I need to double check? Talked about contracts already. I will keep checking the contract page to see if any more have been added. There you go, fertilising. I think I had one come up for hoeing on one of the big fields. Like 26 grand. It's nice to have a map with some big fields on as well now. Don't get me wrong, I love Riverbend Springs. Hootan Pantai is a great map. But as far as contracts go, if you want to pick up some big, like some proper juicy contracts, this has got some nice big fields on it. So it works rather well. If we come around the sides here, we have our silage clamp. Cow pen, this will hold 50 cows. What I do like is this level of detail. It's like the cow pats on the ground. Look, there's cow pats all the way around there. We've got all the base game stuff. All the base game animals will work, including water buffaloes. So if you want to do some water buffaloes, you can. We do have a slurry tanker just here, and the slurry pit around the back. Come around to the front. So silo, as I said, that opens. We have got our milk tank just there, and we get a milk tanker off the start, which is nice. Got some forks and buckets and bits and bobs. Fuel point just there. I don't think there's anything in this one. The next one along had a fertilizer spreader in it. Just here. There you go. Part of the equipment and machinery you start with. Over here we've got our feed mixer. We've got a Samash rear mower, and we've got a windrower just over here. So all of this part of the start machinery. Again, as I'm going, I'm thinking, oh yeah, when I was on here, I think I had a thing on the corner of the field here. I had some vines down, like some grape vineyard down the slope. I built a quarry, didn't I? Just I remembered about the quarry I built. It's amazing. Like I say, it feels like yesterday. But let's crack on and get around the map, shall we? So what we'll do, let's do that. That. Let's disconnect that. Drop off the rear weight as well. Let's go! And again, if you are new to FS25, if you are new to the game, Farming Simulator as a franchise, it's a gorgeous map. And I have to say, I know not everyone's a big fan of the mist and all that kind of stuff. That adds a whole nother level to this, a whole new element. As you get over to where the river drops down in the valley, the mist hanging down in there, it's just next level stuff. Right, I was going to show you some of the gravel track here. Go into our build mode. If we go to demolish, you'll see sections. There you go, like that. If I do that, we can remove sections of hedge if you own the land. So if you decide, well actually, you know what, the main farm is there and I want to put a track from the main farm out onto this road, they can be. Now that stone wall, did you try the stone wall? That wasn't removable. I think it is just the hedges and those fences that were in the build mode are available for removal. We're going to take a whiz out down the lane here. Whoa. This is going to take us out to the farm store and the vehicle shop with workshop. What I'm also liking on this version is there's a whole lot of vehicles, equipment and machinery. Although it says owned by you, it's not part of your inventory. But it again adds that feel that, that the store is being run. It's not all the same equipment. I think there's a Deutz-Fahr, there's a load of Massey stuff, there's harvesters, there's trailers. It just makes you feel like the vehicle shop is being used. Now there are gateways, there are tracks, there are, if I remember correctly, it's this sort of thing on the map tour you probably wouldn't do, but out from the farm where we were just now, if you follow this track along around here, if it is still the same, yeah, it sweeps down into the valley down the bottom here, across this ford at the bottom and up the other side. It's really picturesque. There are definitely less trees. Definitely less trees. They'll become more, it'll feel more relevant later on when we come out the other side of the map. And what I'll do is when we come back from here, heading back in towards the village, I will skip the bit where I'm driving back because it's just a reversal of what we're doing now. Nice sweep to the countryside and landscape. I think all that the custom foliage, all the stuff, and as it says in the thing, UK number plates. We're going to come in here. There you go. So all the equipment and machinery all lined up. There's a load of Massey stuff, but there are other bits of equipment and machinery as well. Got a JCB over there. We've got a Fent, New Holland just over there on the trailer. Where was there? There was a Deutz around that here. And it's not all, it's all proper game stuff. So it is showing, if we come to the map. So if you're looking here and you're thinking, why is all this equipment and machinery here? I did check it all to see if any of it was owned, if we could actually get into it. It says it's owned by you, but you can't get into the stuff. It is all kind of locked off, so to speak. But it is very cool. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. The temptation is huge. I'm not going to say it. No. If you know, you know. Over here, we've got our vehicle shop, just there. Workshop trigger, just here. This is also the reset point of the map, so if you need to reset a piece of equipment machinery, it will reset back to here. We have got the farm stores, so we've got farm stores bales, we've got farm stores at Bay 2 and farm stores Bay 1. I'm saying them in that order, because most people would say 1 and 2, because that's just the order I will come to them to show you. So, farm stores bales, just there. Farm stores Bay 2 is this one just here. And farm stores Bay 1 is around the back. Now, because you can buy all this land for nothing, this is all part of the verges, you can place stuff on here. Now, at the moment, there's not a huge amount of stuff available in mod hubs and things like that. But when there is, there we go. When there are more sell points and stuff like that, because this land is owned and it is flat and whatnot, you can place other stuff in here. So as far as maybe putting some small productions in, that kind of thing, there are a lot of areas on the map that allow for that have got some room for you to add more stuff in. If you don't want to buy loads of extra land, if you want to get cracking straight away, it makes stuff a little bit easier. Come around the back here. Now this is a kind of recycling centre. There's no sell point here. It's just part of the immersion of the map. But again, really nicely detailed, really nicely laid out. If you're running a narrative storyline of some description, you know, you might want to put some stuff in here and just have it as part of your storyline. It's up to you, but very nicely done. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to head back from here, back along the lane where we were, all the way back here, into the village. Because we saw where Ben was. Now, that was the house, that was where Ben was. We've got David just there. We've got Noah through here. And there's a couple of things I want to show you. What I'm going to do, I'm going to buy plot 40. Plot 40 is only 4,000, or just over 4,000. If we buy that, you'll see we've got a chicken icon has come up. If we buy this one here, 37, 44,112, and buy that, you get that icon come up. Now that says, if you click on it, remove horse items, so you can sell them. In that field is a horse training area. There's not a stable there. And if you look around, because I thought, well, maybe the stables and stuff are around here, and I was convinced that the sheep pen was in this field, but I think I might have put that in myself. We own all of this, and there were no triggers shown for that. What I also did off camera was bought this field, no triggers came up in that one. So we'll get over to there in a moment. So coming back across the top of the cow field, in the sort of the little village green just here, and across in through here. It is lush. Round the back of here, we've got David. We already saw Ben, he's down there. We already saw Walter. David is around the back of here. If you want to come and have a chat to David about stuff, you can. Now, there was a shed building that you could remove rubbish and bits and bobs on the previous version. The shed is still there, but there's nothing to remove on that part. Again, there's no sell points or anything down in here. But because the land is owned, it's part of the verges. If you wanted to, I don't see any reason why you couldn't place some bits and bobs in here. So this is that small plot we bought for our chickens, just in here. I think it's in the same place as where it was previously, if I recall. This will do 30 chickens. And then up here, like I said, it's not a horse stable or anything like that. You could put a horse stable in the field if you want to. But if you want to remove all of these, you can. I haven't tried it yet, but I don't see any reason why it won't work. Oh, that's what I was going to say as well. Contracts, as you can see, they are starting to pop up more. Fertilising one there for 11,548. If you are a contracting junkie, such as myself, you will absolutely love that. So let's try that, actually. So if it says sell for 0, but it does remove them. So if you just want to use this field for grass, or you wanted to, I don't know, if you wanted to plough it up and make it into a normal field, you can remove the horse obstacles if you wish. Now, come back across here. What is interesting is, like I said, it seems more open. The allotment area down here is more open. I don't remember the tennis court being there, or if it was, I don't remember it being as big. Noah is here in the allotment, so if you want to come and talk to Noah, he's just over here for a chat. What has remained, and I do like a lot, and I think I made myself a little cut through with a fence when I did my Calmsden series. If you look on the map, and it can be deceptive, so this is why I'm pointing out, plot 44 here, which is forest, 266 grand, which is, you know, it seems quite expensive, and there is some forestry to be done on it. However, this bit here that's open, if you use a mulcher, deforester, that kind of stuff, clear some of this area through, or just give yourself enough room to get through, there's a big old open grass pasture in here. And I used this a lot when I did it on 22. It's massive, and this is all part of that area that looks from above just to be trees. So again, just I'll point it out. If you're new, if you're new around these parts. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head up to the main farm, have a look at the silo, a couple of bits and bobs there, and then we're going to crack on around the rest of the map, taking the rest of the sell points, a couple of features and bits and bobs, and just enjoy the scenery. I'm going to switch over to the John Deere at the farm, simply because it's a little bit faster. This runs 26, that runs 32. It's not massive. I suppose what I could do, or could have done, is could have got a motorbike or something, couldn't I? Something a bit faster, or a pickup. We'll stick with the tractor. I prefer it. Sounds great as well. Now, equipment and machinery that you are that you own off the start. Like I said, all three game modes you start same slot count, same equipment, same machinery. It's all a little bit damaged, all a little bit dirty. So liquid fertilizer tank just there. You can refill it yourself. Plough just to the left. Now this also has an option. If we go to our map, we are now up here. If you click on that icon there, it says remove farm junk. So again with this, if you look around, there's stuff all over the place. You can remove some junk and bits and bobs from the farm if you want to by clicking on that. Again, I think it's 0, but you can remove it if you wish. What we'll do is jump in here, do that. I'm going to leave the front weight on. Shall I win this one? Shall I? No, let's remove it. I'm going to hit it on a gateway or something, aren't I? And not clock. All right, Charlie. So we've got trailer there, cultivator. Already seen the plough. Come on the side here. Fuel tank in our barn just here. We have got harvester, header and header trailer tucked away in there. We come around here, we've got our silo. This is taking out of the silo. Again, standard crop types plus, because it takes the new stuff. We do have a baler just over here. Again, sound effects with the dryer. Very cool. In this corner, this does open, so we can actually get round the whole back. And what we'll do is just nip in here very quickly. If we open this one, and this one, and this one. Workshop, and workshop trigger, and the main farm is in here. I think we've got lighting. There we go. And this one, this side, storage bay, and this is for putting into the silo. So that's tucked away inside the building. So into the silo is done here, taken out of the silo is done just here. So let's grab the tractor and continue. We're going to head north up the top of the map to the general store. And this is where I think it was to drive back from the general store. I was looking out and thinking that was when I had that first inkling that it felt more open. What I am going to do as we come past here, it's little things like this as well. All the road signs with the national speed limit signs coming this way, coming out of the village. I'm sure the other way it says 30 on the way back. Yeah, little details, but I like that. It's cool. I don't think there are collisions on the hedges as well. So I know people, you know, don't necessarily like tight hedges and fences and stuff like that, but there's not a collision. Sometimes they used to be on bales. That's not something I've tested actually on 25. But heading north, I'll say the return journey on this I'll probably do the same as I did on the other out leg. This is one of those maps, there's a couple of bits you can kind of do a circuit, but a lot of it is out and back driving. What you can do up here when you come up to the general store, there is a track that runs out from the general store and takes you, well, I'll show you on the map. Makes more sense, doesn't it? So we come up here. This track here goes along there, out there, and comes down. And it brings you back down onto that road that takes you out to the main vehicle shop and workshop there. Like I say, this one you can cut across there and down through the fords and up and round. So there are some routes you can take. Oh, didn't even see that in front of me. Where there's blame, there's a claim. And that was all on me. Sorry. General store coming up. And the sawmill is up here as well. So like I say, if you have bought the verges, the periphery of the map, you will own the sawmill. Now I don't know how people feel about that. I know some people prefer to build up to owning and buying things like that. General store sell point is just there. Sawmill is out here. Now it's obviously the new FS25 stuff. Well, I was surprised with this. I'm not going to lie. I'm not knocking Oxygendavid. It's interesting that all of the assets and all the stuff that have been put on here, but this is the Hutan Pantai sawmill. That really surprised me. I don't know why it surprised me. But come over to here, we are in possession of said sawmill. So we can do wood planks long, wood planks, prefab wool and wood beams here at our sawmill. So we come from the sawmill, we've already just seen, we have just seen the general store sell point. We've got general store bay 2. Just checking my notes to make sure that's correct. Or is it just general store 2? No, it is. Might be bay 1. I'm just thinking of another one. Hang on. That was general store. General store bay 1. Yes. And then around the back we've got general restaurant. So that's bay 1, sell point. And then round here we've got the general restaurant sell point here. Now, again, if you're new to the game or you're unsure, if you don't know what can be sold at what sell points, if you come down to, there we go, our prices menu, you can go down anything on the menu there. There we go. And then on the right hand side, it tells you all the locations. It'll also give you the option to tag place if you want to, which will show you on the map. It'll flash. And if we tag the place, for example, Cotswold Stores, what it should do, yeah, if you look, if I jump out now, there you go. You see, it used to be a big column of light that went up into the air. If I turn around now, you see that little red marker? The red marker tells you the direction and how far away it is. 1,632 meters in that direction. So rather than have that big shaft of light like a lightsaber going up in the air, just has a little marker there. But you don't have to, again, if you don't want to have that on there, come across there, untag place. But if you're not sure where a sell point is, so yeah, if you're not sure what can be sold where, especially at a place where you've got 3 different sell points, usually you'll have a bale sell point. One might be for palleted items and one might be for loose products. I will see you back down that gate opened to the side. We're going to turn down there and we're going to head out to the west of the map, and then we're going to head, well, kind of back into the middle and then south. We'll get round all the sell points, don't you worry. So coming up on the right, so just in here, I often wonder actually when I come back on to do map tours on maps that were on previous versions of the game, whether I do the map tour in exactly the same route, whether I do it in the same order. Because I suppose, yeah, if my brain's wired up a certain way, I'll look at a map, work out a route. I don't suppose I would change that. I guess my brain would automatically go, yeah, that makes most sense, and I don't know, have no idea. Now we can turn left down there and go around the trees, but there's a gateway that needs to be opened. No big deal, but if I go this way, I don't have to open a gate. We are heading to the garden centre, which is right out on the west of the map. Now again with this, I'm pretty sure on my Let's Play on this, because just to the south of the garden centre, there's a strip of land that is part of the land that you purchase for free. I'm sure did I put greenhouses on it? What else did I put on it? I'm sure I put some productions. You should remember as well, 22 productions were brand new, so it was bonkers and exciting and trying all these cool different things out. So garden centre and garden centre bales is in here. Now this plot of land, if we go back to our map, we're out here now, is part of the periphery. So as you can see, because I thought, oh, I wonder if those greenhouses are purchasable, but I think they're just there as part of the garden centre. It doesn't hurt to double check though, because I don't want to miss something glaringly obvious. I don't think they are. I'm pretty sure they are just yeah, it's just for show. I like the fact the door's open though. That's pretty cool. There we go. So garden centre and garden centre bales. Tell this one bales because look, it's got a bale. How very helpful. And then we're going to head down there and back in now. The little track, I'm hoping it works. If not, I've got a little detour we can take. I know I've had people message me already. Mods are out as well. So I thought, well, I'll do the Calmsden map tour first because I'm excited about that, and I'll do the mods tomorrow. Normally I do the mod review first, then the map the following day, but I wanted to do the map tour. People saying, when are you going to start your Let's Play? I don't know if I am. Don't get me wrong, I love the map, and I don't want it to be one of those ones again where you think, oh, you've missed a trick there, you should have done a Let's Play on it. But I'm doing that thing, and I tend to shoot myself in the foot by doing it. Because it's New Frontier was out, which is a more open pioneer style map. But as far as I suppose it's a weird thing, is that a regular map, a standard map goes? This is the first biggie, you know, and I think everyone's going to be doing Let's Plays on it. But then again, when I was at Lamo and people were asking, people said, well, that's fine, it doesn't matter if 10 YouTubers, 15, 20, 100 YouTubers are doing it, because you all put out different styles of content. It's not always just the map, it's what you're doing on it that makes the difference. I guess, yeah, kind of. So I don't know. I'd love to, because I think the map's absolutely glorious. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I know I said that at the start as well. Now what I'm hoping is, when I came along here to do my prep, this happened on the previous version, but only when it rained, so I was quite surprised when I drove through here earlier. But on the bottom, this roadway can flood. Those small grass fields I was talking about. We get along here by the buildings. There was like water splashed up. It was brilliant. There, look. How cool is that? That looks awesome. I don't know if it's supposed to be there all the time or just when it rains, but it seems to be, and then you kind of come out of it there. And the tyres are wet, and it's a great feature. Right, let's head south. I remember trying to come up this hill in the winter. It was icy and slippy, and I got stuck halfway up, and the wheels were spinning. I had a heavy trailer. To the left was where I built my quarry, and again, this was another point I kind of got to here and thought, I'm sure this was really heavily wooded, because I had to clear a load of trees to put my quarry in. And you look across here now, that just seems far more open to me than the previous version. And like I say, I'm not knocking it, I like that, I think it's cool. Yeah, it was down, there was loads of trees there, weren't there? Or am I misremembering? I'm sure I'm not. Right, we are now heading into Cotswolds stores and the biogas plant. Biogas plant first, and I say that plot 24 that we're coming up to now is also 0 to purchase. And again, there's plenty of open space on it, so if you want to put placeables down as new things come out, or you just want to use the various different factory mods or whatever it might be, there's plenty of room. And it's nice and flat, so you shouldn't have to do too much landscaping, if any at all, really. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hook a right just here. Biogas plant should be ahead of us. Yeah, all this space. I'm sure I put stuff in here. Did I put a sugar mill in? I think I put a sugar mill in. So, just here is our biogas plant. Pretty standard. There we go. Manure, silage, slurry, sugar beet cut in, and your various different recipes out on your biogas plant. Cotswold stores. We have got Cotswolds store, Cotswolds bales, and Cotswold stores farmers market. The bales one will be glaringly obvious because it will have the bale logo. So, to our left is the bales, to our right is Cotswold stores, and over there is Cotswold stores farmers market. That, I would say, hazarding a guess, is going to be your palleted products, because there's a couple of pallet trucks sat there. But again, you can check your menus and stuff. Now, something I hadn't thought to check, and it's just here. There you go, purchase point 4, or is that sell point 4? Sell point for stones. I'm not sure if there's any purchase points for lime and bits and bobs. I haven't seen a lime station. I'm just looking on the map actually as well. So we're here now. Those are 3 sell points. Stone one's not showing actually. I'm also looking, I thought I'd better double check because we've got these plots here. The one that had the chickens on, the one that had the horse bit on. Like I said, I did buy that plot and there was nothing on it. So is there one for pigs or anything that I've missed? These are just grass fields, if I recall correctly. I don't think there is. Apologies if I have missed them. No, I'm pretty sure. So that's our Cotswold stores. Now we're going to head down to the animal dealer and Katie and All Spheres stores. I think the farmers market's down there as well. Now again, whenever I do a map tour on a map that's been converted, ported over, or it's been ported and converted by someone else or by the same map maker, it's always a tricky one because the question is often asked, has enough been done to the map to change it for the current version of the game to make it different? Or some people prefer it to be just left alone because they preferred the original version. It has been tweaked, it has been adjusted. Again here, maybe I'm just misremembering. It feels more open and I like that. I did a massive sugar beet contract on the fields just the other side of the road we'd come into. And I remember there being a lot more trees along the fence line. So I think it has been tweaked, it has been changed. Obviously we've got all the new FS25 stuff that is on here as well anyway. So if you want to have a go at doing rice fields and stuff like that. But it's almost that nostalgia thing. If you played the previous version and you want to have a go on this version, everything is in the same location. The fields are, because it fits in with... Did I say PDF? Did I say PDF earlier? I meant PDA. Anyway, I said PDF. It has to fit in with the real world map in place. I like it. I think it's, you know, again, it depends whether you like the previous version. If you didn't like the previous version, you're probably not going to like this one, but it depends how you feel about it. So, Animal Dealer is just here. There we go. There's Katie, if you want to come and have a chat with Katie about various different things. Again, I'm loving the fact, I'm hoping this is going to be on more and more maps where the animals aren't fixed ones or it's just empty. I like the immersion of an Animal Dealer that has animals moving about, plus the sound effects. Next up, we've got our farmers market sell point, which is just here. If we come through the gates here, we've got All Spheres stores. We've got All Spheres stores sell point there, and then All Spheres stores bales is just there. Again, if we come to our map, this is part of Farmland 1. So as far as it goes for placeables, there's plenty of room. It's nice and flat. If you want to put some stuff down, it shouldn't be a problem. And as far as I can tell, and again, apologies if I've missed anything, that is Calmsden Farm, FS25, Calmsden on console. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.